Alright guys, in this video we're going to cover the major cranial bones for the skull and their sutures. So the first bone you're going to need to know is the frontal bone. And the frontal bone is right out front, kind of in your forehead area. The next two bones you're going to need to know are the parietal bones, and they sit on top of the skull. Parietal bones. On the back part of the skull you can see the occipital bone right there. The two bones on the side of your skull, you have your temporal bones. Here's the left temporal bone. You switch back over to the right side, you see the right temporal bone. And then on the inside, you can see this bone right here. Kind of looks like a bat. And here is it isolated. That is the sphenoid bone. Sphenoid bone. And then the last bone you need to know, here's a piece of it right here sitting inside the frontal bone. This is the ethmoid bone, which is also considered the top 3/4 of your nasal septum. All right? Then there's sutures that separate out the major cranial bones. We're just going to cover those really quickly. So the first suture you need to know is the lambdoid suture. And the lambdoid suture goes like this. And that is this big black line separating out the occipital bone from these two parietal bones. The next suture you need to know is the coronal suture. The coronal suture is going across the front here, separating out the frontal bone from those two parietal bones. Then we have the sagittal suture, dividing the two parietal bones left from right. And last but not least, we have the squamous suture going across the side here, dividing out the temporal bone from the parietal bone. So it's on both sides, squamous suture, temporal bone from parietal bone.